Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Melissa, for those of you who don't know. And for today's video, we're going to be testing out those products that I first showed you guys in my Ulta haul. So if you guys are curious and you guys do want to go ahead and watch that, then I'm going to link that in the eye up above. But before we get started, I just want to ask you guys, if you do like what you see throughout the video, please consider giving this video a thumbs up. And also please consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. And without further ado, let's get to trying out this makeup, guys. All of these products are not new. I do have a mixture of some new and then some like older products, but I'll let you guys know the tea as that comes up. But first things first, we're going to go ahead and prime our face. We're going to go in with the Spa-scription. This is the Glacier Water Facial Mist. You guys know I usually love my NYX one. I still have a little bit of that left, but I want to go ahead and use this. I've been using this all week and I actually really do enjoy it. Feels super light on the skin. It doesn't leave me greasy throughout the day, and it really just hydrates my skin. Even though I'm oily, I always need to start off with a primer water, and that is just because it really does help make sure my skin stays moisturized all day. So what we're going to do first is we're going to prime our eyes, and to do that we're going to go in with the NYX Proof It Waterproof Eyeshadow Primer. So y'all know I am oily, and if you are new here, I am oily. I have super oily skin, and something that I do struggle with is finding an eyeshadow primer that stays on all day. But I want to go ahead and see if this worked. I remember using this like back in the day when I was younger, and I don't remember working that well, but I wanted to go ahead and give it another shot. And this one just looks like this. It is in that white packaging, and I hope that this works. So let's see. So from what I remember, this doesn't give you like any extra coverage or anything like that. This one feels a tad bit like wet. So I'm very curious to see how this is going to work for my oily eyelids. So let's start off with the brows. For the brows, the new product that I have is the NYX Micro Brow Pencils. I have mine in the shade Taupe. And this is what it looks like. It kind of just looks like a dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills, because we do have the spoolie and then we have a tip. The tip just looks super flat. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that, but it just, there is no pointed edge. It just feels really flat. Also, my eyelids feel really tacky and they feel really like sticky. Sticky and tacky are the same word. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is first let me spoolie through my brows. Just outlining my brow first. I feel like this is definitely good. It just feels hard. Harder and less creamier than like my ColourPop. And even the Anastasia, it kind of just really feels really hard. I mean, I am getting that color payoff. So what we're going to do is we're going to fill them in because I need to fill them in. I'm not exactly sure how I feel about that. I'm going to be honest. I feel like I still like my ColourPop one a little bit better, and that is just because it's definitely a lot creamier. But let me go ahead and speed through this and I'll be back to conceal. Okay guys, now to conceal, we're going to go in with the Revolution Concealer. Mine is in the shade Light Sand. That is what it's looking like. It looks really satisfying. So, ooh, oh my goodness. Okay, so my brows are looking fierce. Let's just go in with this and conceal. It feels like really hard. There was no like indentation when I went in there. You guys can probably see I'm just kind of scraping. It is very pigmented. It feels very thick. This is a concealer. I don't think I would use this to conceal my eyes or my under eye circles. I feel like it's just too thick. A little does go a long way, I will say that. So what we're going to do next is we're just going to blend this out, and I'm just using an e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush to blend. It's blending out like okay. It's a little rough to blend out. Definitely not as like creamy as my NARS one that I love. You guys could see I feel like it's clinging right there. I'm just going to go in with my Smashbox Oil Control Primer. I have used this before. I really like this. If you are oily, you're really going to like this. I like it so much so that I'm like basically out. Ugh, so sad. So I'm just going to rub this all over. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty. Love this stuff to really take away those pores. You guys know I love my Tarte one. I love this. I hope that you guys are going to be able to pick that up. Yeah. I've used this a lot. I literally just put my finger in there and just scrape. You guys know I love my Tarte one. The Tarte Timeless. That one is really good. But this is like a really good alternative for if you don't want to spend the 30-something dollars. This is really, really great. It really does fill in your pores. You guys are probably like, why do you put it out here? You don't have pores. But I do have texture right over here from like acne scars. So I like to basically put it all over my face. And I like to rub and like press it in. So it really gets in my pores. And so my pores just disappear basically. And I don't know if I use this on camera or not, but I do have the Bare Necessities Pressed Powder palette. I've been using this literally every single day for work. The color story is like my type of color story, so I hope that I haven't used this, but let's just go ahead and test this out. I wish that there was a mirror in here. That's the only thing that's missing, but it's super affordable. You do get the 30 eyeshadows, and I think it's just $30. So what I want to do, because I still feel like very, very sticky and like tacky, and I need to set this. So I'm going to go in with the shade Full Exposure, and I'm just going to go ahead and set my whole entire lid with the shade Banter, which is this shade right here. And I'm just going to pop this right in my crease. Just gonna blend this out. Definitely more cool tone, but I really like this shade. And these shadows are super easy to blend out. They're super pigmented. I actually really, really like them. And it's actually blending out very, very nicely on top of the primer, which I'm surprised about because usually when it's tacky, it doesn't really work for me. So doing a pretty good job so far. So what I'm going to do next is, I think I'm going to take the shade All For You, which is this shade right here, and I'm going to pop that right in my crease, like right in that socket. Just going again windshield wiper motions, just to add a little bit of dimension to that socket area. Then what I want to do is I want to take the shade Act a Fool, which is this really pretty plum, and I'm just going to tap that on the outer portion of my eye. I'm using more of a flat brush, if you guys could see, and this is just to add a little bit of dimension to this outer crease. And then I'm going to go in with a clean blending brush and just buff that out just a little bit, just so there's no harsh lines going in the crease, blending that up. Then I want to take a flat brush and I want to go into the shade Taboo, which is a deep chocolatey brown. It just looks so pretty. I'm just taking a little bit of that and I'm just pressing that on top of that color. Look at how pigmented that is. Oh my gosh, y'all, that is crazy. Okay, and I'm just gonna tap and blend that out a bit more because that purple was kind of getting sucked in with all of the other purple tones, so I just wanted to deepen that up a little bit. And then lastly, I'm just going to take a flat brush and I'm going to go let's go into this really pretty shade, the shade Spree. And I'm not going to wet my brush. I want to see what it looks like. Ooh, that is pigmented. Oh my gosh. This shade isn't really a shimmer. I think of it as more as a matte that has some type of shimmer in it because it's a little harder to blend out. Like, do you see those edges? I feel like it's looking funky. It's a pretty shade. I just feel like it's looking a little funky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the shade Designer Duds, which is this shade, and I'm just going to use the same exact brush and I'm going to put that right on top. See if that helps to blend out a little bit. That will add a little bit more of a shimmer, but it also is going to help blend this out because that was a little bit harder to blend out those edges. I am going to take a smaller clean brush and I'm just going to run through the crease, like from the front all the way to the end, to blend that crease out. Then I want to take a bigger clean brush again and then just buff out the edge. Because I don't know what I think about this look. I feel like this look is looking like a little muddy, but liner and everything may help pull this look together. All right, so let's go ahead and do some color correcting. So I have the Charlotte Tilbury color corrector. I heard that this is like amazing. This is in the shade 2 medium. I heard like amazing things about this. Oh yeah, it is a cream. All right, so I'm just gonna take my concealer brush, I guess. I wish that it did come with a brush. People use their fingers, so maybe, oh yeah, using your fingers is definitely a lot better than using a brush, at least to like take it out. So I'm just gonna put that much on. I feel like that should be enough. Then let me take my beauty blender and then just blend this out. It's definitely not as thick as like the Jeffree Star one that I like love and adore. And you guys know that like I love that one. It's definitely a favorite. I feel like I need a little bit more coverage. You guys could probably still see that blueness peeking through, especially like right in the center. Maybe using a brush now might be a little bit more beneficial. It's definitely not as thick, which like I guess is good. So then it's not like thick and cakey under there, although the Jeffree Star one actually does not get thick or cakey at all. But let me take a brush. That actually blended out beautifully. I feel like I actually do like that. It looks really, really light, so much so that I feel like I wouldn't need a concealer over it if I wanted to go out. Like sometimes what I do with the Jeffree Star one is I'll just pop that on and like not even put concealer over it if like I'm going out with like no makeup, but I just want a hint of coverage, and that usually does the trick. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is do some liner, and this is just the CoverGirl Get in Line liquid liner. This is in the shade Major Matte Black. So it is like a little dipper, if you guys could see, but let's see. Usually I don't like these, and that is just because it gets a little difficult for me at least, but let's see. And this has like a cute little mirror, so this is what we're gonna use. Oh, this is pigmented though. I will give it that. And it is very, very easy to get that nice thin line. Ooh, this eye dried down to be like completely matte. You guys could see like right here, it is like wet looking, and here it is just completely matte, which is like kind of cool. That dried down pretty fast. So let me go ahead and make this one a little bit thicker to match. Okay, they are both matching, and that dried down very, very fast, and it is very matte. So I actually like this. So yeah, good for that. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm going to do the face. It's the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop Full Coverage Foundation. I don't think I've ever used this. I'm just gonna shake it up a little bit, and mine is in the shade Buff. Hope this is a good match for me. Ooh, it feels really light. And I'm just going to take my beauty blender and pounce this in. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good match. Looks a little yellow, but it looks pretty good. And I'm actually using a beauty blender instead of just like a beauty sponge. Ooh, that coverage looks really good. I really like this coverage. This looks really good. It looks like my skin, but just like better. Okay, I zoomed you guys in a little bit more so you could really see how like full coverage that is. I'm super impressed. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put on some concealer because y'all know I love it. I could go with a light one, but my new one right now, this is the Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Concealer. I have mine in the shade LM13. This is supposed to be lightweight, full coverage, and just perfection in a bottle. So, and this is what it is looking like. I feel like the color is going to be really good. I could have totally gone down some, but let's see. Oh yeah, I could have totally gone down because that isn't as light as I usually like to do, and it's definitely more yellow toned. And I usually like a little bit of a lighter under eye, but I feel like with that color corrector, I don't need to go like crazy, crazy light. So I'm just gonna blend out here. It's blending out pretty nicely so far. Yeah, it's blending out pretty good. But y'all know the real test is underneath the eyes. So let's see. Yeah, I definitely need to go down a shade. But that coverage, oh my god, do you see that? That coverage is so good. That coverage is beautiful. Can I say the one thing that I really do like about the Beauty Blender is it's like super pointy tip, so it's really easy to get up in that dark circled area where like I struggle with a lot. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go in with the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder. This is what the packaging looks like. It looks like really, really fun, but if that spills, it's gonna be a pain in the butt to clean up. So I wish they didn't do that. I feel like that's kind of waste. I mean, it makes for really pretty packaging, but I feel like it's just wasteful. But let me go ahead and make sure there are no harsh lines. And I think for this, I want to do a brush. So I have the Alamar Cosmetics Brightening Brush right here. And we have this. So it comes with a tiny, tiny mirror. And I got the shade Light. I didn't think it was going to be like white, but let's see. I'm just going to tap. I mean, there really are no directions, but let's see. Okay, I like this. Wow. Oh my gosh. I feel like my under eye circles are like not prominent, not existing. They look good. So I'm gonna go ahead and powder the rest of my face, although I feel like I don't need it because my face isn't sticky or tacky or anything like that, like literally nowhere. But I am oily, so I have to do it anyway. So I'm gonna go in with the Nikita Joy Velvet Finishing Powder. I have used this before and I did like it, and I'm just gonna go in with a brush and do that. I love the smell of this. It literally smells like cookies. It smells so good. This just gives such like an airbrushed finish. I feel like this makeup look is coming out really, really good. It just, I'm not a fan of the eyes, y'all. Maybe some mascara will help. But right now I'm not a fan of the eyes. Alright, so let's finish up the lower lash line. We're going to go back in with the Bare Necessities palette. We're going to do something very simple. I think I just want to mix the shade All For You and Tabloid. So these two shades right here, and just run that across my lower lash line. Can I say, I feel like my base is looking like so good today. I wish I was having a good eye day. I do. So what we're going to do is we're going to put on some black liner. I got this as a sample at Sephora. This is just the Marc Jacobs Highliner Eye Crayon. And this is just in the shade Blackier. Oh, and look, you can just like twirl it up. This is just in the shade Black. So I'm just going to put this right in my waterline. Everybody says how like black that is, and they're not lying. It feels almost like a gel, but I like my Pixie. I like my ColourPop one, so I don't feel like it's like a necessity, but it looks good. It feels really, really good. So for mascara, we're gonna go in with the Miss Kiss 10-second mascaras. So they did send these to me, and I have the curl and definition, and then I do have the volume. So y'all know we're gonna do both. So this brand is cruelty free. This is what the packaging looks like, just very sleek, simple. Let me show you guys the curl and definition one. Again, same exact packaging, just different color. But let's go in with the volume one first. Ooh, okay, so this is what the wand looks like. Very plain, I guess. And I'm just gonna go ahead and put this on. It's very easy to get to your root with this because of the shape of the wand. So before it dries, I want to go in with the other one, which is the Curl and Define one. And then I'm going to use the volumizing one on my lower lashes. But this is the wand for the Curl and Defined. Looks like a little pine cone, I guess, but let's see. Oh yes, this wand, I feel like I'm definitely clumping together. So maybe it would have been better to do this and then the other one on top. Let me just wiggle a little bit. Yeah, these are definitely clumping together. You guys could see, I mean, they look beautiful. They're definitely a little clumpy. So maybe next time I would go in with the curl and define one and then volume one second, just because this looks like it's a little bit more on the separating side. But this is actually really good for your lower lashes. Look at how long my lower lashes look right now. They look so good. But my lashes look like super long. I feel like they look really, really good. So next, let's go in with some brow gel. We're going to go in with the Revolution High Brow Gel. This is the Cannabis Sativa. This is the one that Casey Holmes like loves. Yes, it is. I just remember that like really colorful top. This one definitely gives some color to you. This is in the shade Dark Brown. And this is the little wand. She likes this so much so that she does this first and then she'll put on her, then she'll like fill in. It definitely did add some color to my brows, but I think it looks really good. All right, we are doing this, y'all. So next thing that I have, this is the Benefit Cheek Stars Mini Reunion Tour. So this is just bronzers and then 2 blushes. So this is the bronzer in the shade Hula. Then we have Sugar Bomb and Georgia. These 2 are newer shades. So yes, let's go ahead and bronze up with the Hula. Love their little kits. Like the cheek leader one, I'm like obsessed with. And this is just such like a pretty bronzer. I use it for bronzing, I use it for contour. This is just such a perfect shade for like everything. I like to basically bronze up the perimeter of my face as well. Pretty. I really, really love this bronzer shade. It's really, really nice. So what we're gonna do is do a little bit of blush. So for blush, let's see. I thought Georgia was like a highlight. It kind of looks a little highlighty. Maybe more so a blush topper, because it does have that pink undertone. But the shade Sugar Bomb, which is this shade right here, is like calling my name. So I'm just going to swirl around in there. Usually their blushes, like in the other 2 palettes, are pretty. I just really have to build them up. This is like a really pretty everyday blush. I definitely do have to build it up a little bit, but it looks really nice. If you want a little bit of a blush topper, just go in with the Georgina. Let me try. Just right on the apples of my cheeks. Just add a little bit of a sheen. Oh yeah, you could totally see that sheen. It looks pretty though. Now for highlight, I have the NYX High Glass Illuminating Powder. So you guys are probably looking at it and you're like, that looks broken. It is. I tried to open it, I broke it, and my nail went right in here. So the thing that's like kind of cool about this is this has like that wet kind of super shock shadow vibe. It's not like a really blinding in your face highlight. It's like a very natural highlight. And I know that they have brushes made specifically like for this, but I just use my own brushes. This kind of just gives you like a glow from within highlight, like nothing like too crazy, although my nose looks like a very highlighted right now. A little extra pop, a little bit above my arch. Then I'm gonna go in with a smaller brush, take a little bit of that and put it right on my brow bone. Again, this is definitely like super shock consistency. Okay, so I have a lot of different lipsticks. I have the NYX Lingerie Push Up Long Lasting lipsticks. I have the LA Girl Nude lipstick. This one is new. I have some lip liners from NYX, and then I also have the Marc Jacobs. This is in the shade Cream and Sugar. So I kind of feeling cream and sugar today. I think that's what I want to go in with. So I'm going to take the NYX. This is the Nude Suede Shoes Slide On, Glide On, Stay On, and definitely a turn on waterproof extreme lip liner. Whew, that is a lot to say. So these are actually really comfortable. They remind me of the LA Girl lip liners, meaning that they are just so creamy. This one's definitely more like my lip color. It's super, super creamy. I really do like this. You could use this as like a lipstick, fill your lips in, and then put a little gloss on top. I feel like that would look really pretty. We're going to go in with the shade Cream and Sugar from Marc Jacobs. It looks like, you know, such a pretty nude. Y'all know I love my nudes. That is a really, really pretty pink color, and it matches really, really well with that lip liner. So, and the last thing we're going to do is we're going to use the Morphe Mattifying Continuing Setting Mist. I have used the regular one of this, and I actually really, really do like it. It doesn't leave me greasy, but like it doesn't give me a dew. It kind of just really sets my makeup. This is supposed to really mattify and make sure everything stays in place, which is perfect for us oily skin gals and guys out there. So, mist looks exactly the same, very, very fine. So, let's go ahead and spray my face. The scent of this is totally different. It kind of smells like cucumbers. But guys, that is it for this video. I hope that you guys did enjoy this video. Please give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy. Also, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel if you have not already, so you can be part of the ATFB Fam. ATFB, all things fashion and beauty, and hit the post notification bell so you can get notified of all my future uploads. I usually do upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 3 p.m. EST. That is it, guys. I hope that you all did enjoy, and let me know what product you have tried here and what product you like. I totally want to know. But that's it, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed, and I will see you guys in a few days in my next video. Bye!